go. Hang on one second. Now I have it on my computer microphone instead of my AirPods, and I'm not sure why it's not showing on my AirPods. So let me see if I can get them going. That's not what I want. I would like to connect to those. All right, well, I'm just going to go with my microphone on my there. Oh, my duplicate. Okay, let me turn these off. Hold on. Let me get these closed. All right. Can you only hear me, or is it double here? Oh, Valerie says good. All right, just give me some thumbs up. And I'm not sure what happened. I had my AirPods on my phone for, oh, you know what? Maybe that's it. They connected to my phone. So anyways, that'll teach me. All right, so let me just back up in case you didn't realize who we are or what we're doing. This is the Continental Club, and I'm Ann Hein, Embroidery Software Specialist for Janome. And today I'm going to be talking about the Artistic Digitizer software and how you find your favorite, how you make your favorites. It's double still. Oh, okay. Some are saying it's good and some are saying it's not. All right, let me look at one more thing here. It says there. It says my phone is muted. Hang on one second while I check my phone. It's doing weird stuff too. Hang on, let's see here. Turn off something here. Let's turn that off. All right, now let's see if that works. Let me get my camera back on. Here we go. So many things, I tell you. Some days I have to be a genius at all this stuff. And there we go. All right. How's the sound now? Is it double? Is it just one? What's going on? All right, let's see if it's still double. I turned off my phone. Let's see. It's good. Valerie says it's good. Nancy, how are you? Is it good for you? Oh, good. Thank you. I don't know. Darn AirPods. All right. So here we are. I just want to let you guys know, today we are talking about how to create your favorites in the software. Plus, I want to show you the Artistic Digitizer, the Janome Artistic Digitizer Facebook page, and a little look at the global page, because I think those are two places everyone should either bookmark them on their PC or know how to find them, because there's a lot of information in both of those places. So I'm going to show you a little bit about that. I love to give people all the information so they can help themselves at times when we might be too busy, or we're away from our phones or our devices and we won't be able to answer. In the back behind me here, I'm going to move up. I have all my little stitch outs of the apps that we have, and they are all for our CM17 right here, and they're both iOS, which is Apple, or Android, except for AccuSetter right now. AccuSetter, it's the pink one right up here. That one is not ready for Android just yet, I don't think. I'm going to have to double check on that. If you need to find those, you can find them on the global page if they're not in the Apple Store or the Play Store. Now, what happens when people are looking for them is you look on your phone, and you're only going to find the ones on your phone that work with a phone. And when you look on your device, like your iPad or your Android tablet, it's going to show you all the ones that work, because some of these apps do not work on your phone. Embroidery Link does, AccuAssist does, and I think that's it on those two. So that's how that would work. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put on my computer so you can see my screen, and then I'm also going to switch between my, let me see here, get this in the right spot. I'm going to switch between, here we go, the view on my Mac and the view on my PC. Because a lot of people have a PC too, but with my PC I have to film it, so it's always a little interesting on that part of it. And I'm going to be checking my comments, so if you have comments, please post them. Now, I did 2 other videos over the last couple Fridays. Now, I actually did them on the other page by mistake, or well, it wasn't a mistake, it just things wouldn't let me get on the Continental page. And so now that I can get on, they'll be here. But I did post them to our Continental page underneath a comment of my that I made in the 2 videos I did on how to load a USB, how to find things in the machine, and so forth. So those are 2 really important, one of them is on Embroidery Link, 2 very, very important pieces for you there. And let me see, I don't know what this is here. There we go. All right. So here we are. This is the welcome screen. Everybody can recognize that. And I'm going to go in to find your favorites. They're right here underneath. Let's get this in the view here. They're under here in Browse. And this is my favorite place to go and search for things because it gets me in my PC. If I have a USB stick in, it gets me in the cloud. And it also, if I'm connected to my machine, I can see things in my machine as well. So I'm able to open anything and everything. Now, nothing is actually in Artistic Digitizer. What it is some Digitizer pulls in, makes you a shortcut is what I should say. It doesn't pull anything in. It's a shortcut to your folders. They're still where you save them on your computer. They're still in that same spot. They're just brought a shortcut over here so you can access them. It makes them a little easier. When you go through Open goes more into your computer, and you have to look from there. And this is what it looks like in when you're in Mac. But we're going to close that because that's not where we're going to go. So first we're going to start here. And when you open up Browse, you have 3 different options here. You have your favorites, you have recents, and you have devices. So devices has everything, all your folders are here, everything that you need is here. And then at the very bottom, if you're connected to your machine, I don't know if I'm connected today. Oh, I am. Here we are. I have my ready to sew screen is there. My built-in drive. I have 2 USB ports in, and I can see the samples that are in the machine, all the ones that are in the machine. And I'm going to move this so you guys can see. For some reason, it looks like that right-hand side, the left-hand side doesn't show as well. Uh-oh, Barb, you're saying no sound again? All right, let me see if I can get my AirPods to come up. Let's see. And I got one on. Let's see what happens. Oh, there we go. Whew. All right. Does that work? How's that, everybody? Can you hear that better? I put my AirPods in. Okay. All right, just give me some thumbs up if you can hear. My AirPods are now working. So we're happy about that. All right, so you have these choices when you go into the software, so it's very easy. I find Browse to be the easiest for me. You might find other ways too, but I always go through Browse, and I really, really like that better than anything else. So here's your favorites tab up here, and I have some things in my favorites tab, and how they get there, it's just a list. Okay, it doesn't move anything. It doesn't. You're just making a list of them, and I can get them down here in my devices. If there's something down here that I want to have in my favorite list, I can come down here and pick them up. So let's move something from down here into my my favorites list. So I might have some crystal designs here. Let's see what this is. Oh, I have one. All right, so this one right here is Crystal Designs. If I right click on it, I will get a list right here. And if I pick Add to Favorites, it's going to go up to my favorites list. And then if I did remove, that's like delete. And when you select delete, you select remove, you get another window. So when you're down here in devices, anytime you select remove, it's going to delete for you. So let's just select add to favorites. And I could put a new folder here if I wanted, but I'm going to do add to favorites. And then I'm going to go up here to favorites. And here's my folder for Crystal Designs. So I'm going to flip over to here for a minute and go back to favorites. There's my Crystal Designs, and there's my one design in Crystal Designs. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? If you just give me a little, thank you, Marilyn, about letting me know about the sound, and Barb, thank you so much. Just some thumbs up if you understand where the favorites, how you find your favorites, or how you can add to them. If you're up here in favorites, and you can see I've moved the sample designs there. I can get to my OneDrive. Now my OneDrive is very large. You can see when I open it up, it's all over here. You can see everything that's in there. It's a very big folder of other folders of other folders and other folders. So I do that because that's a cloud account, and now I know everything that's there is saved to the cloud. And my stuff I don't have to worry about losing things when I switch computers or if I have a crash or something like that. So that's what I use. All right, so you want to make sure you do that. So any of these folders, I can open them or I can move them to my favorites list. So let me see. I'm going to come down here and look at this one here. This is my an embroidery design file that I have. And when I open that up, if there's a folder in here that I would like to use a lot, that I want always handy, then I would put my cursor on it and right click, and then I can add this to my favorites. All right. At the bottom where it says remove, if you remove it, it deletes it. Okay, so you don't want to delete. I'm going to show you, I have some sample ones. So I'm just going to add this one. That's my Embroidery by Company folder. So I'm going to put it in favorites, and we'll go over here and look. And now you can see Embroidery by Company, my Crystal Designs, and all those other ones that I had there. So say I come up here and I decide I don't want these in my favorites list, okay? All I would need to do is right click and I can remove it from favorites. It's not going to take it away from all the other places, where it's actually at. It's just taking it out of this list. So to not make everybody a little nervous, I'm going to take this folder first, my sample 2, and I am going to add that to favorites. Go to favorites and you'll see sample 2. I have one item in there, and when I click on it, you can see that favorites collapse, and we come down here to devices. So it's showing me where it is on my device. All right, so let's go back to favorites, and I am going to take this one off my list. I'm like, I don't need sample 2, so I'm going to say remove from favorites. All right, and then I'm going to go back to this folder, let's see, Daily Art Hub, and you'll see sample 2 is still right there. Everybody see that? If I now right click on it and I come down here and say remove, I'm going to remove this one because I have that saved. It says, are you sure you want to remove sample 2? And I'm going to say yes, because this is going to delete it. All right, I'm going to say yes, and I'm okay with that because it's my sample. It's gone from there. If I went back to my favorites and I went to Daily Art Hub, I don't see it there. If I scroll down in here, I don't see sample 2 in the list. So I actually deleted that from my computer. Everybody get that? I'll wait just a moment to see how we do with that. And then I'm going to open up my camera and I'm going to show you on a PC. Because it's the same on a PC, but I can show you a couple other things too. When you click on these folders, let's see, it says, not that one, let me go this way. If I'm in favorites and I right click, that's just remove. Let's go to Daily Art Hub. If I right click here, there is a option over here to, let's go back and open this one. There is an option when you click on these to scan it, or it will show you, maybe it's only in the PC, it'll show you where it is in your computer. Okay, that might just be something for PC. We'll try it over there. If I'm under devices, let's do this one. Yeah, add to favorites, remove. Okay. All right, so everybody knows how to add a favorite, right? So just give me a little thumbs up. Oh, good. Let's put the camera on and we'll look at a PC because it's very much the same. Let me see here. Get my little, I have to find my window. Oh, here we go. There we go. All right, so here's my PC. Now I am filming it, so it's a little harder to show you things. I'm going to try to zoom in and move my camera and stuff to get you a close-up view. But again, I would just come down here, right here, to my browse function. And then I'm going to go to favorites. And here's my list of favorites right here. And I can click on any of these and it opens my folders, and then I can open any of these folders. Maybe I like this variety one, which, there it goes, it has all these designs in it. You can right click on any of these designs, and if I remove it, it's going to delete it. Okay, so let me I'll take this one because it's, there we go. Let's say remove and see what happens. It just takes it out of there. So now did it remove it? Yeah, there's another one down there. So it removed it from here. These I know I have in other places, so I'm not so worried about them. But that's what you want to be careful about, is when you are clicking on remove. You can come over here, and I'm going to add a folder over there. I have my sample one. I'm going to right click on sample one, and here it says, right here it says show in Explorer. Oops, let me move my camera. I know you guys can't see that. Let me see, move this over this way. All right, and see if we can zoom in and move over. All right, so when I clicked on it, I have show in Explorer. So if I clicked on that, it's going to go out to my my computer, and there it goes, and it's going to show me right here where it is in my computer, and I know it's right here is the pathway to it. All right, so that's a nice thing. You can see that. If I want to right click on it, I can add it. I'm going to come back over here. I can add to favorites. So I'm going to click on it to add it to my favorites. See how it still stays in here? It's still in my folder, which is my Daily Art Hub one, which is in this folder, which is in this folder, which is over here. Yep, and I know it's going to say that. I got it. I know. It's letting me know. And when I come back over here, let me move my camera back. There it is in my favorites list. And we can't quite, let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. Let me see here. There we go. We are in the favorites list. It's hard to get the right angle with a screen. Let me move this way. There we go. So here it is right here. It's in the favorites. All right, and I can remove it from favorites, and it should still stay. When I say remove, it's removing it from favorites. When it just says remove, it's removing it completely. But if it says remove from favorites, it's just taking it out of the favorites list. So let's go ahead and say remove from favorites. And you can see right here, it's still in my Daily Art Hub folder. Right there. It's the highlighted one. Okay. All right, so let me go back here for a minute. So that's using the browse function and favorites. So I'm going to go back to the camera for just a moment, to the webcam, and see if there's any questions on this part of it or before I move on. And of course, you know, what usually happens is after we're over, that's when you come up with your questions, I'm sure. So be sure to post them in the comments afterwards if you have questions, or if you're playing with your favorites or whatever. When it says remove from favorites, that's the clue that it's only going to take it out of the favorites list. That's a list. If you right click and it says remove, that's going to delete. Okay, so you want to make sure. Sometimes you'll get a little message window. You want to make sure. Now, say you delete by mistake. Sometimes you can go to your trash can and you can find it in there. I had that happen one time. I don't know. I was not in the program, but I was deleting somewhere else, and all of a sudden I was like, "Oh, what did I? Oh, I didn't mean to delete all that." And I went to my trash, and it was still there, and I was able to get it. And you still have. There's another way too. I just can't remember at the moment on how you can recall those items if you should delete them. You have to know right away. You can't wait, because sometimes you have your trash can set to completely delete at some point, so then you lose it. That's that little window that came up. That's letting me know that it will delete those things in so many days. So it sends me a little message at some point that these things are being deleted. I can go look at them if I want, and I could pull them back out if I want. It's sort of like, you know, when you put things in a pile for the Goodwill stuff, and you leave it in your hallway because it's right there, and you know. And so either make sure you go back and take a look and pull things back out of that pile, or they may go off to the Goodwill or to the trash, depending on how they go. All right, so it seems everybody doesn't have any questions on this part of it. The next thing I want to do is just to show you a little bit, and I don't know if anybody's noticed on my machine back here, I have my screensaver set, there's Miriam, on, and if you haven't played with the screensaver, I know a couple of people have. There's my youngest and his girlfriend scuba diving, well, and there's me with Dot. So if you want to, you can use the app, and so you can use the Android app or the Apple app, and you can bring in, it accesses your photos on those devices, and you could bring your photos in and bring them over to your machine, so they go through, and you can have your own personal things on the screen of your machine rather than the things that we put in there already. And maybe they should just load these up for the Janome one. I think some of them are just so fun, especially that one there. And I have both my kids represented, so nobody has to worry there. Yeah, it is, Barb, to me it's one of those fluff things, but it's really fun because when mine goes to sleep, I can see, that just makes me happy that my machine is like that. You can set that timer also in the settings, the first setting, common settings. You can set how long before your screensaver starts up. So if you don't, sometimes you have it, so I have it set for really quickly, like 2 minutes right now, but only because I wanted it to quickly go. I think I normally keep it at about 10, and that usually keeps it up there long enough it won't go to sleep before I'm ready. And then when I want to use it, I just touch it, maybe, and there my machine comes on. So it's really easy. Okay. Yes, I'm going to go over to the file section. Oh, Marilyn, this is a really good question. So Marilyn's question is, can I have both AD Junior and the full Artistic Digitizer on my computer at the same time? So yes, I have that. I have both. This is how it works though, okay? As long as if you took your Junior program and you got the upgrade kit, it actually takes Junior and turns it into full, so you would no longer have Junior. If you purchase the full program and you still have your Junior program, you can have both on there because they are two different serial numbers and activation codes. All right, so you could pull up your software key, have your programs closed, open your software key, put in the numbers for your Junior program, then do activate and open your software, and then you have your Junior program. If you could actually open them both because they run on two different numbers, okay, at the same time. So that's how that works. If you only have one program and you're going between computers, that's where you need to remember, close the program, open the key, log out, and then you can go to your other computer. Is that, oh, see, Marilyn says thank you. I know, I realized that the other day too. I have both, so I can, sometimes I just have to answer a question, so I can open the Junior program on my PC and keep the other program on my Mac. So I go back and forth all day long anyways, but sometimes it's over there on my Mac on the other side of the room, and I'm just going to answer a question so I can pull it up and get the information I need. All right, so let me go back to my camera, and I want to show you on the Artistic Digitizer page where you go to find information. And if you haven't joined over there, please join over there. It's a great help for those that are going to use the software. And I really recommend that with your Junior software, upgrade it to full if you can. If not, load up that Junior program. It works on Mac or PC. Then you can wirelessly send from those two devices to your machine, which is so, so cool. I love that. No USBs. I just send it over. Then I can get over here. I just go back and forth. It's just so, so easy for me. All right, so let's go over here, and I'll get the camera. I have to move a few things once I get over there. Let's see where the little button is. There's my button, and camera is right there. There we go. All right, so let me go and put it. I'll minimize this, and there we are. So this is what our page looks like. This is the official Artistic Community page. And to find this, you could do a search over here. If you use this search button right here, you could open that up and type right in here, Janome Artistic Digitizer, and it'll take you right there. So let me close that. So that's what that is. Across the top, and I'm going to see if I can tip my camera up a little bit. Let's see here. There we go. All right, so across the top, this is your discussion, so that's what's happening down below here. These are all the discussions, okay? And you can start your own discussion, and you can make your own. You don't have to put your question on the bottom of theirs if it doesn't pertain to it. Just come up here and, with your face, write something right here. The guides, this is the really important part of our page, I think. When you open guides, give it a moment, there are all these groupings of guides with different things in them. And these are things I post every week, a quick tip every week. And they have these things called locator guide. And when you, first of all, if you come up here and if you open the guide list, you can print it out, and it tells you what number guide everything is in. So you can scroll down here. We have a lot of guides, a lot of videos. Here we are. These are the lives that are from this year. There's the Mystery Quilt Block Party. There's some more videos by topic. And they start out with projects, and then there's topic ones after that. This here is our AD Junior Skill Builder. I did a few of those this year. I haven't done that many, but I will be getting back to that, hopefully. This is the one I really wanted to tell you about, is Guide 8 with AD Skill Builder. This, to me, is the meat and potatoes. When you're just starting out, you can come in here, you can watch a video, you can print out the class notes. It tells you a little bit what's in that video, will help you along. All these are, and there's 46 more of them in this grouping. Well, that means the papers too. But these are great. The first 3 are on setting your preferences, like how you like your grid, what colors you like things to be on the page. All that's covered in there, inches to metric, different things like that. And then it goes on to different topics all the way through. So if you use that guide list I pointed out at the beginning, then you can then you'll be able to see what is in each one. And there are some shortcuts to find things. There are these hashtags in there. So if you wanted to find something on the page, let me scroll up here carefully. And we are, I have to go back a page. Let me go back a page. Over here, and I have to make my thing a little smaller maybe. Whoops. All right, that's not that small. There's a little search button here. It's off to the side. Let me see if I can move this. Nope. well, come on. Let's open that up. For some reason, my page does this weird stuff. I don't know why. But there's a little search tab over to the side, and then you can, and I can't get these things to move over. There we go. Ah, there it is. So here's my search. I could put in here hashtag grid, and it would take me to the things where the grids are. You know, end-to-end if I put hashtag end-to-end quilting, it'll take me to things that I've labeled or hashtagged with end-to-end quilting. So that's how you can navigate around to find things. All right. The other thing I want to show you is our global site, and I'm going to click on this here. This is the Janome Global site, and let me see if I can get the address is very hard. It's up here. Is the address, but if you do a search for Janome Global, and don't do the one that says selector or whatever, just do Janome Global and it'll take you here. And then right here, this says product information. Click there. And once you get here, you have your owner manuals and updates are here for your machines. Janome bulletins are here. Software and apps are right here. If you need to find the QR codes for the apps, they're right there. And there's a whole bunch of accessories under there. If you wanted to look at your own country, you can click down here at the different countries and see what's happening with each of those countries. All right, so that's my little lesson on navigating on Facebook a little bit. And I gotta figure out my view of Facebook here. I don't really like this really wide thing happening. So, but that's how it works. We do have things in the files. Most of the stuff that's in the files that are up here are in guides. Now on your phone, you might find, I think they're in the same kind of spot on your phone. You could find them on your phone that way too. All right, let's go back to the camera and I will wrap up with any questions before we get our weekend going. How's that? Let's see if we have anything. Everybody's pretty quiet. All right. So now everybody's less confused about how to do favorites and make your favorites list. I highly recommend to add your folders to your favorites list. It makes it so much easier than having to go search for stuff. Most of us have I have that one main folder is my OneDrive. Then in my OneDrive, I have what I call my working folder. And those are all my folders of things that I work, like my artistic digitizer folder is in there. Some other work type folders are all down in there that I work with. And then I have another separate folder under there, under my OneDrive called embroidery files. And so in my embroidery file folder, I have things, I have a couple of special folders. Then I have a folder that has embroideries by company. And then I have embroideries by category. So I have those as favorites, my embroidery folder, my working folder, the Janome sample folder. I have those as my favorites because that's normally where everything is that I go to, and I can find it a lot easier that way. So if you're having trouble with that, you can always send me a little message or post to this page here, the Continental page, where we can help you with that there, or you can post over on the AD page. But post here because people would like to see how that works if they may have the same question too. All right, I'm going to double back to make sure I don't have any questions here before we go, and it looks pretty good. I think we're all right. Oh, thank you, Valerie. I'm glad. Yeah, I try to get people that information that they need, and I find it very, very helpful. The other thing is, make sure you're checking. I'm going to actually go back to my software because I just love this feature, and I just want people to know about it. And I've talked about it, and everybody needs to go and look at the videos 1, 2, and 3 so you can see this. We're going to open this page here. So up in view, you can't see view because I'm on my Mac, but on your top toolbar you'll have view, and when you have view you'll see customize UI colors. This is a great place to go. This list here has all these things here of different colors that you can turn things. Even these cross on your hoop, that's your hoop limits, I can turn that down so I don't even see them if I don't want them in there. I can change my grid line colors and how bright they are. So if you wanted to change the brightness, you would just use this part here, up and down for brightness. Because they are pretty bright when you get them, and here's where you change the color. Figure out where you want to go, and then just X out of here, and it would make those changes for your grid. So let's see what my grid looks like today. I don't know. So there it is. I have it pretty light on there because I like it light, and I think I have it set at 1/4 inch too. So you can do that under your grid tab. So go ahead and check out Customize UI Colors. I love that. Customize UI Colors, one of my favorites. Some of the little extra things that just makes navigating and playing with the software so much nicer when it's not glaring at you with, let's see if I can find my little thing. It's not glaring at you when you're working on the software. That grid, when it first comes up, whoo, it's good. And you can change that grid. You have major lines and minor lines, and you can make them different colors. So you can, like your major lines would be the 1-inch lines, and your minors might be the 1/4 inch lines. So there you go. Take a look at that. All right, everyone. You're welcome, Marilyn. I want to let everybody know, have a great weekend. It is time for the weekend. Yahoo! Though I enjoy being with you guys. I'll be back next week on Wednesday on the Janome Sewing Machine page for a skill builder. I'm going to be talking about applique, and we're going to be talking about applique on the sewing side of the machine. I have some things to show you the wide range of applique, but we're going to be talking applique and the little applique foot. And then on Thursday, I don't know what I'm doing. I looked earlier and then I can't remember. So it'll be, make sure you check the schedule at the beginning of the week. As they post it, you'll know what I'm doing on Thursday. So I'm going to let everybody go. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week if I don't see you over the weekend. Bye for now, everyone. Start playing with your software. It's fun.